What I know this, got a lot of guys with some big hearts. All I know is for 3 hours. For 3 hours or however long, maybe 4 hours, we're the best team in the country today.
Step, throws to the end zone. Touchdown, Arkansas! Unbelievable!
Less than a yard. He's going for it all. He's got a receiver in the end zone. It is caught by Arkansas. London Crawford comes down with the ball.
Throws it up over the top. A breakaway. Kobe Hamilton. 10-5. Can you believe it? Unbelievable.
I got that one, and that's how you pronounce it. Ain't Arkan. It's Arkansas, baby.
All right, y'all, welcome on in as it is game day. Now, we're up in Northwest Arkansas as the team heads down to good old Baton Rouge. We are live up here in Bentonville at the PEDALER'S Pub, getting geared up and ready for a big-time spot. Here we are right now. Now, the doors open at 11 o'clock, so if you want to come hang out with us, that's the time to come. But this is what we have on tap for you here today as we take a look at the lineup. We got our team takeaways from the performance 2 weeks ago. There's a little debate. Is the history of the program being represented enough? We'll talk about that. Obviously, the big matchup down in Baton Rouge between LSU and Arkansas. And I got a nice little breakdown of what you need to expect from those Tigers. Also, we're going to let you know how it's done, taking a look at some of our favorite clips from around the country when it comes to football. Obviously, we're going to be joined by our title sponsor, Zach Gillum and OAKLAWN Sports, to let you know what's on the board. And once again, live here at the PEDALER'S Pub. We're going to wrap it up with nice little keys to success. Welcome in, everybody. I'm DJ Williams, joined alongside Grant Cook, Josh Throne, and we got the creep all the way down in Dallas having a good one. And big shout out to the guy in the chair for putting together that really good intro right there. Got me pumped up a little bit right there, man. Yeah. I know we can go back to those days down in Baton Rouge having a great time, man. I know you got to be juiced up for this game.
Man, I'm fired up. This Baton Rouge is the Bayou Bengals. They got the best recruits in the country, but we always find a way to go get them. LSU scared of them hogs, baby. I don't care if it's coaching staff change, night game, Little Rock game. Man, we always have their number, and I hope that locker room remembers that. Seeing those highlights, man, it got me fired up for sure. I wish I was in Baton Rouge strapping up today with you boys.
Oh, man, that'd be a fun one. And so here we are, fellas. Once again, we all know this game. And, Grant, you pointed out, too, you saw that Taylon Green versus Garrett Nussmeier. Garrett Nussmeier out today?
Yeah, so I think they're starting the backup quarterback over him.
Oh, God. You know, I would normally say good for us, but we have not had a good track history when the backup comes in against Arkansas. But once again, go back to this time of us playing. It really doesn't matter if a team's great, if a team's good. There's something about this game that's a little bit different.
Yeah, it's the battle for the Golden Boot.
Yeah.
I mean, and at the end of the day, that's what we, this is a huge game for Arkansas. It's a huge game for LSU. And it doesn't matter. You're right. If they're number one and we're last in the conference or vice versa, it's always one of these games that comes down to the wire and there's big plays and cool game. I mean, it's just it's electric. It's electric.
Now, I will say this. I am a little sad right now because we were promised that a certain individual may potentially join us. His name is Chad Yost, big LSU guy. I'm sure he may join us a little bit later in the day, depending if he is down in Baton Rouge. Right. But I say that because the fan base, as bad as we are, I mean, you talk about going through it. The governor is just fiddling all with your program, AD out, coach out, lawsuits against you. I mean, as bad as it is at Arkansas, LSU probably has it worse right now.
Yeah, they do. I mean, you got to think about the type of atmosphere that's going on in LSU right now. You've got a coach, I think, countersuing the school that fired him but didn't fire him and now wants to fire back. I don't know really what's going on down there. But if there's ever a time for Arkansas Arkansas to beat LSU. It's right now in a situation like this. Coming off the struggles that we've had this season, I'm just waiting to see, are we prepared to be winners, DJ? Can we take that next step and actually win against these guys? That's what we're looking for.
That's going to be the big one. But let's backtrack a little bit. You always got to remember what happened last week. Can you learn from it? Can you grow from it? So, Grant, we're going to start with you. When that last 2 weeks ago, before the bye week, what's your thoughts on that matchup?
Yeah, so against Mississippi State, and really this has kind of been the tale of the tape for us this year, we have to finish a game.
Yep.
You got to finish a game the right way. And that's running the ball. That's going and scoring when you have to score. Keep playing keep away, or having the defense get a stop for you in the most timely parts. And we just could not figure out a way to get that done. Haven't really this whole year. And you've seen it reflect in a 2-8 schedule, or 2-7 record right now. So we have got to figure out against an LSU team that's going to have a really good defense. We always know they do. How to finish the game the right way.
Yeah, Matt, you're going to be up next. And before we move on to Matt, I do want to say I hope you are wrong about 2-8. All right, don't give us a little premonition there. All right, let's move the needle the other way. Okay. Also, too, we are going to address the coaching search as well, and I always encourage people to be a part of the show by hopping into the comment section, and we're going to read a few of those a little bit later in the show as well. But let's backtrack it again. Mississippi State before the bye. Matt, what were your takeaways from that matchup?
Yeah, I mean, I got to echo what Grant said. You got to finish the game. There was way too many fourth quarter points by our Hogs defensively. Overall, we played pretty well as far as putting things together. It was 106 rushing yards, 282 passing yards, but they had way too many receivers up over 100 yards, and they scored the majority of their points in that fourth quarter. You can see right here in the third quarter, it's 28-14. They put one on the board there. So, finishing the game, y'all, it's like Frank Broyles used to say, they remember in November. Same thing, games are won in the fourth quarter. I don't care what we do in the first three quarters. The fourth quarter is where it comes down to it, and we didn't perform well in the fourth quarter.
All right, Josh, what you got for us, big dog? Takeaway from 2 weeks ago.
Man, my takeaway is that at the end of the day, you got to have leaders on the field. And I feel like right now we don't have any real leaders on the field. We've got guys that can make plays. We've got guys that can have very, very great stats at the end of the year. We've got a running back who can run the ball. But do you remember, like, when D-Mac was on the field, you just felt confident as a fan base. Peyton Hillis was in the game against LSU. You felt confidence as a fan base. Even back to the Petrino years, when you threw the ball up to Jarius Wright, you had faith that he was going to go get it. Kobe Hamilton was a guy that you wanted in the game during a big play against LSU. Ryan Mallett was a guy that you trusted. If he had the gamers on the line, he's there. Well, I'm sitting next to the guy. I don't want to help him up too much. But listen, hey, 2009, DJ, when we needed to get a first down, who we throw it to? DJ. He's going to go get it. He's going to put a couple guys into the dirt and finish a game off. And that's the type of leadership you need. And I don't know how you coach that. Matt and I were talking about that earlier in the week. How do you go coach or recruit guys that have the ability to step up in big moments and make plays, not in the fourth quarter throw 3 picks and end up giving away a lead against a game that you really need to capitalize. And I think if Petrino needs anything right now, he needs guys that he can trust that can go out there in a crunch moment and deliver and make the right decision.
Know how to finish. And this may be a little off par from what everybody said right now. My takeaway, man, look at me being optimistic. I actually feel like we're getting a little bit better. I've seen visible improvement. Now, once again, we're going to say the same thing we've said for the past 7 weeks. Dang, we're a really good football team who just doesn't know how to win a football game. But I think it has been noticeable since that Notre Dame game that we have been moving in the right direction. And I think we are a team that no matter who we play when it comes to watching film and you see us on their schedule, they're like, okay, we got to lock in when we play against those Razorbacks. I mean, I think that has been a theme. So I know as bad as it is, we can sit here and bash this team all we want, but we have seen this team visibly get better. And like talk about the physicality aspect that we've been talking about. I mean, my guy Larry Worth right there getting penalized for playing the game the way the game is supposed to be played. So yes, I'm not the one. I'm not even. Let's not go there. All right. So it's hard not to.
Spent a long
it
time
almost got me.
there.
It almost got me. Almost pulled me right back in. Yeah, it did. But that's not the case. But I will say that obviously you still got to finish a game. There's no excuse for losing 7 in a row, especially when you have the personnel and team and ability to win more. So that would be my takeaway from the thing. So that was pushing back from just 2 weeks ago in the bye week. A lot has happened since then. Once again, we're going to give our thoughts on the coaching search. We're going to pick out 4 guys. We've been talking about this for a while, and names are swirling all around the place. And I think after asking social media and hearing everybody out, and even when I say this, people are going to lose their mind, but the majority, whether you like it or not, I think collectively they keep saying the same 4 guys, okay? You got Alex Golish over there at South Florida, James Franklin, Coach Petrino, and then the name that's really starting to pop up, John Gruden. All right, he's been popping up. All right, that has been a thing, and so we'll talk about that here in a little bit. But Mondays, David Basil. All right, he always hosts the Touchdown Club, and this is something that he said, and I can tell Basil's kind of getting fed up with a few things. So he made some comments, and it kind of swirled on social media. So I'm going to play those right now, and fellas, I want your thoughts from what Basil had to say at the Touchdown Club. And you got to think, he had some former Razorbacks there. Madre Hill and Anthony Lucas were in attendance. But here's his thoughts on the history of the program that he feels is being forgotten.
Well, here's something I want to do. I'm just going to make a commitment right here. Everybody gets irritated with me up on the hill anyway. So all these guys up here, if they won any trophies, any plaques, any jerseys, they're all sitting in a storage unit somewhere in Rogers. And Dean Weber told me, he said, David, he said, I feel like, and this might have been under Jeff Long, I don't know, and I don't really care. He says, I feel like they're dismissing everything that was done before 2000. So I don't know where the Grantland Hill Trophy is. I don't know where the Cotton Bowl Trophy of the 60s was. I think they're all in a storage unit somewhere. So here's the deal. I'm just telling you. I don't care if Hunter Yurchek wants to do it or not. But Chancellor, here's the deal. These guys and all of us who've played for the last 60 years, 75 years, we're coming for that stuff. Yeah. And if you don't want to put them in the athletic director or the athletic department, we'll find a place to put them somewhere. I'm just telling you. I'm just telling you somewhere. All these guys, these great athletes. So I'm marking it right here to where Chancellor Robinson, if you want to put him in Old Main, if we're going to find a barbecue restaurant in Fayetteville, I don't care. But the history of this program is not being represented in the end zone complex that was built a few years ago. You walk by, you see 3-inch pictures of the greatest players. Remember when we were there, you'd walk by and you see these great trophies and all these different things. So Dean Weber said, David, please don't let them wipe away all the years of what we've done. So I'm making a commitment right now. If there's any of you wanting to help, we're going to get that done. And if the chancellor wants to put it on the campus, if Hunter wants to put it somewhere, it's not going to be in the stadium. That stuff down there in the concourse, we're not talking about that. But I'm just talking about when we get next to guys like this who have given us great memories, that's what we want to show. And I want fans to be able to go up there and remember the history of our program. I know it's about money and transfer portal and winning. I want to do that. But I don't want to forget the guys that we're standing on the shoulders of right here. All those folks up there that are making millions, including kids, they're standing on the shoulders of these players right here. So I just want to make a commitment to me. We're going to get that done this year. So,
I mean, you're talking about bringing it right there. If you hadn't had a chance to see that was pretty impactful. But, I've had time to kind of digest that. And now we understand the realm and the landscape of college football is changing. But are we losing ourselves a little bit too much when it comes to everybody talks about we need a coach and we need this, we need culture. Is it a bigger problem than just the NIL stuff when it comes to what makes this university so special and what separates us from all the rest and who came before to lead the way and build it up to what makes it special today? Are we losing a little bit of that? And, Matt, I'll go ahead and start with you.
Man, I don't know if y'all heard me. I was hooting and hollering hearing David Basil talk about that stuff because he's right. Did y'all ever see Anthony Lucas play? He was incredible. Yeah. We have so much history at the University of Arkansas, and every program does, and that's how you build a culture. And I do think we've forgotten a lot of that history. People love Bobby Petrino because he's our most recent history. Houston Nutt, when he came in, he changed the program. Frank Broyles won national championships, and he became our athletic director. I bet you any of these former players don't even know who Frank Broyles is, and that's a problem because that's where pride comes from, y'all. That 64 championship, like I remember us being in that locker room, we wanted to win a championship because we had Frank Broyles as the athletic director, and we knew that we could win with guys like that in the locker room. I got goosebumps right now thinking about Frank Broyles coming to talk to us, Jimmy Johnson coming to talk to us as Razorbacks, talking about the difference between good and great. And they remember in November. Like it makes us laugh because we were there. We were sitting in the chairs, and we had the advantage of hearing Frank Broyles, the man, talk to us. That's the history of the Arkansas Razorback program. And I think, y'all, we've spitballed it all this time with, the head coach search, but the athletic director in the, let's call it front office now, like they do in the NFL, if they don't know Arkansas and Arkansas's history, they're going to try to compete against Alabama, LSU, and Florida the same way Alabama, LSU, and Florida are competing, and we're going to lose every time. I'm just warning you. I was a 2-star athlete, and I became a 2-year starter because I love them Hogs, baby. I got a Washita shirt on right now. Ask those guys in the locker room if they know what Washita is. You know what I mean? Like, that state's special, man, and this is coming from a Texas boy. I love Arkansas, and that Razorback means a lot. I just don't know if it's being preached. Technique and fundamentals is for the birds, man. You play this game with your heart. And Arkansas's got that, man. Look at our fan base. They're rabid. Every year we're winning a national championship. We're as bad as Cowboy fans. We need that. We need the trophies. We need to see the success. Let's go. Basil, I'll help you, man, any way I can.
I love it, man. And, yes, quick little nod. The Battle of Ravine goes down today. OBU and Henderson, the walk across the bridge. That'll be fun. But staying on track here, and, I've traveled a lot.
Shout out to Dino. Dean Weber, too.
Big shout out to Dean Weber as well. And, Grant, I traveled to so many different stadiums, and when you get on campus at Bama, you get on campus at Florida, it is special when you walk through. It's like walking through history. And you can see and feel, man, I want to be a part of that. It's like, if I come here, they're not playing around. Like, it means something here. And that's the thing. We get this all the time, former players, I don't believe we should be given anything we want at any time. Hey, drop everything you're doing as a football team. Hey, I want to come to a game. Make sure it's set up. I'm not vying for that.
Right.
But I will say there is a little bit of, since we have so many turnovers as head coaches, Grant, that they have this mentality of, okay, we have to shut everything off before because now it's just us.
Yeah.
I think that's a bad approach.
I do too. And so, to kind of go back to Basil's words, at the end of the day, I think the history is your culture.
Yeah.
I mean, you've got to walk through the past and understand the successes of the past so you can continue to build on it. I mean, he hit it right on the head. All of that success that you've seen, all that Fred W. Smith Center, that didn't get built when we were there, but it got built because we were there.
Right.
And so if you take that out and you just say, okay, hey, don't worry about it. This is just us. It's just this season. Nobody else matters. I get that mentality a little bit because you want to have that band of brothers. This is our team. This is, but you can't forget everybody that led you to being a program that you are today.
Yep.
And if you do that, then at the end of the day, you're gonna see it start to fizzle.
Yeah.
And I think that's where we're at. And I remember the old players used to come back to all of our practices.
Yeah.
Come back and be like, oh man, that's Anthony Lucas. Oh, that's Jodine Davenport.
Right.
Oh, that's Bo Lacey.
Yeah.
All those guys. And so you're kind of like, oh man, I'm gonna practice a little hard today. I want to make these guys proud. And I mean, that is a real thing. And if you start to erase that, you're erasing the foundation of a program.
Yeah. And I'll say this too. I mean, as much as, we listen to the coaches or stuff, it does hit you a lot different when a former player comes back who's been through that and, they've done something with themselves and they tell you something. You know, you're like, dang, okay, all right, the coaches are on to something, and it is special, and I like it. And the thing that's popped up when it comes to the fan base, and Matt, you touched on this, about as crazy as Cowboy fans. It is what it is here. That's what makes us special. A fan base that's getting a lot of heat right now is Arkansas State, okay? And so when you think about them, they had the number 15th ranked team in the country at their time go to Jonesboro. They're playing for a conference championship in Jonesboro, and they can't get anyone to show up to these games, all right? A very competitive team in their conference can't get people to show up. What the excuse was, deer season's open. They're in the deer woods, okay? However, you got a 2-7 Arkansas, and the place is electric, all right? So when it comes to this means something to this fan base, it is a part of that history and that nostalgia and that culture that no matter how bad this team is, you're going to have a fan base riding with you.
Yeah, that's why I feel bad oftentimes for the fan base because, as a whole, the state cares so much about Arkansas football. You just wish that there was more aggressiveness from the people in charge to make sure that there is a better product on the field, And again, I don't want to get into coaching decisions and all this and that, but I mean, we had 6 years to deliver a product. I think there was some time extended that shouldn't have been extended because the fans deserve for us to be aggressively trying to put the best product on the field, not just dragging our feet with making decisions. And making decisions is super important. Making a decision to honor your culture, as you guys were talking about, and your history is a very good decision to make, and being quick and decisive on it when you're in charge is what should happen. And guys, this is I'll tell you a story. This is what made me realize some of this. A former Razorback who won a Super Bowl contacted me and said, "Hey Josh, I'm thinking about coming to Northwest Arkansas. Do you know who I should talk to about maybe coming to a game and getting a ticket, or it'd be cool if I could be on sideline, and just see the team warm up." Why is a Super Bowl champion contacting Josh Throne about how to get involved or get in touch or be in contact with the school? That is a huge problem. And if that's happening to a Super Bowl champion, it's probably happening to a 4-year starter who bled and sweat for this organization and holds team records, but maybe didn't pan out in the NFL. But he's been around a long time in Arkansas. He's gone off and done things in the community. And if the kids around him that are growing up, that are aspiring to be like him, that are in junior high and high school today, don't even see him being respected, honored by the program that he was with, I think that there's a level of intention and dedication to creating this type of stuff for former players. And guess what? I'm not talking about any of us, because once you step into the media, you're kind of not allowed. Well, I mean, they can. It's a finer line to walk with media guys who are former players, because you are media. So there's things that they can't give you access to, and whatnot. But at the end of the day, there's a lot of players that have done a lot of great things. And if you talk to Chad Yos from LSU, he goes, "Hey, man, what do you guys do, as former players? What are you guys going to get involved in?" I said, ask DJ, ask Grant. What do you guys get involved in? Ask some of these guys that have done it. I don't know. I haven't heard of anything, and I would know because I try to stay close to the program. But that ain't even me. We're talking about guys who did it. Not guys who practiced. We're talking about guys who did it. That's an issue for Arkansas. And until we fix that, there's a trickle-down effect that's deeper than football. It's culture. And it's a problem.
All right, we're about to get to our first break. And once again, be a part of the show. We got people coming in. Pastor Andy says, "Come on now, Matt. Come on now with it." Once again, more comments coming in. Yes, you are. That's why Army and West Point, we pride ourselves in respect. We got Mike in saying tradition matters. Once again, this is Hollywood says Arkansas has lost their way. Only thing keeping you guys together is the hog call. Oh, we got to tighten it up, though. So we got a lot of people coming in, and we got Gary saying, "Well said, Josh." Absolutely like that. So keep on with the comments. It's a little harder to do them on pregame shows to get through them, but we're going to try our best. But we're about to get to our first break on the other side. We're going to switch gears. Now we got to focus on LSU. Let's put the past behind us. Keep it in the rearview mirror, though, and let's move ahead and focus on LSU. We'll be right back after this break.
Okay. I got my bet in on the next drive. Y'all?
Yep. Whoever loses picks up the tab.
You know, this OAKLAWN sports betting app is so fun to use, it might actually make watching these games with y'all bearable.
Big talk coming from a fella about to lose this wager. Just need a field goal here and you'll be cooked, my friend. Remember our friendly wager. And it's good. Go!
Bet on any game all season long with OAKLAWN Sports, Arkansas's best sports betting app.
This is humiliating.
At Ortho Arkansas, we know that Friday night sports injuries can't always wait until Monday morning. That's why our fellowship-trained sports medicine team opens our Saturday morning sports injury clinic every weekend during football season. With on-site x-rays, on-site MRIs, same-day evaluations, we can get the diagnosis for our athletes immediately, so you know you get the right care at the right time. Our goal for our athletes is a safe recovery and a strong return to play. Saturday Sports Clinic, only at Ortho Arkansas.
Hey y'all, this is Cam here at Southwest Ford in Arkadelphia. We just built our brand new 3 facilities here, our GMC. Dodge, and Ford facilities. If you're coming down the highway on I-30, take exit 78. We'll be 1.5 miles down the road. You're gonna look on the right-hand side and you're gonna see our beautiful Chevrolet store. Right past that, you're gonna see our beautiful Dodge store. And at the end, you're gonna see our wonderful Ford store. Our 3 facilities here make it so easy for you to shop here. Whether it's online or in person, we have almost everything you want and need. And if we don't have it, we'll go out and get it for you. If you live somewhere far, north, east, south, or west, we will deliver to you. Free delivery across the whole state. Please come down and come see me at Southwest Auto Ford in Arkadelphia.
Looking to rep the Hogs in style? Stop by Be Unlimited, Fayetteville's go-to spot for custom apparel and officially licensed Razorback gear. Need custom shirts for your team, business, or event? Their in-house crew makes it quick, easy, and done right. Shop in-store or online at shop.be-unlimited.com and show your Arkansas pride. Be Unlimited, where passion meets design.
All right, welcome back in once again here at the Peddler's Pub. Doors open at 11 o'clock if you're looking for a place to watch the Razorback game, and come hang out with us. A beautiful day up here in Northwest Arkansas as we're setting the stage as Arkansas is set to take on LSU. Kickoff 11:45, and you can't ask for a better day. Just look at this. I mean, what's it, nice, about 70-some degrees outside.
Nice little breeze.
Fall colors. Come on now, Bentonville. Doing your thing. Big shout out to the Peddler's Pub for making all this happen. And let's go ahead and get into the little game film of this section. So I'm going to go ahead and lock this in. Matt, stand by with me just for 1 second, okay? I'm going to put you backstage just for a second. But let's get into the breakdown. And before we get into that, you just saw that. Big shout out to Be Unlimited for hooking us up with our new swag here today, okay? So we're going to give you information. If you're somebody out there, a company or anything like that, you need custom apparel. They do it in bulk and everything. Please reach out to them. BeUnlimited.com is the place to go, but especially for your game day care. Officially licensed Razorback merch, and so big shout out to them. More to come from them as well, okay? So let's go and take a look at the film breakdown. LSU down in Baton Rouge, and I'm going to take a look at this LSU game, okay? And what I saw on tape when it came to LSU, this team, you got to think, coach is fired at this point, you know, still trying to fight for a little bowl eligibility. And I will say this, when you play against Bama, you usually like to come out, that game, LSU-Bama, every single year is going to be a dogfight, okay? But defensively, this team has some dudes, all right? Outside of the second quarter, they had LSU, they held Bama to 3 points in the first quarter, 0 points in the third quarter, and then 3 points in the fourth quarter, only 3 points in the second half. They did some things. But the first thing I want to point out on tape, up front, Carmona, everybody strap up. It's time to play some football. Watch this get off by that D tackle. He's number 88, and he makes a lot of plays for LSU. I mean, he's just twitching to get off the ball. This guy reminds me of a Malcolm Shepard. All right, he's very quick twitch. Watch this get off right here. All gets in the backfield. You heard Chris say, "Woo!" All right. That dude has a motor. Gets in there, and once he gets back there, he doesn't care what it is. If it's opposite color, he's going to hit it. Quarterback, watch out. All right. But that's going to be LSU. First play of the game. And I wanted to pause right here because I got a guy I kind of want to focus on. This may be my dude, all right? I don't know much about this guy. He could be an All-American for all I know. But from what I've seen on tape, there's moments where he plays like a big-time football player. But when he's caught slipping, we can take advantage of number 13 in the secondary, okay? And I'm very curious to see what we can do with him today. But right here, makes a big-time play, gets his head in there, and then you see him chirping a little bit. Let's go, coach. Let's go, coach. Now, I'm gonna call him out on tape here in a second because, like I said, I think this is the guy I think we can pick on in the secondary. All right, let's go ahead and take another one. This is going to be a first down. LSU, ever since Brian Kelly left, they are bringing pressure. Okay, this is going to be a huge day for Arkansas on offense to have their pre-snap reads ready and understand that LSU ain't playing around. It's almost like they have nothing to lose. I think they came into the season wanting to go to the college football playoffs. That's off the table. We're just going to throw everything we got at you, okay? They bring the pressure here. However, if it is brought up, this is where we're going to shine. And you know Coach Petrino is going to be able to dial up the right play. If we can get all the right calls up front, there's so many holes in the secondary for us to have opportunity down the field. Exactly what they got going on right here. Find the open spots. There's holes all over the secondary, and so that we need to take advantage of. All right, let's keep it rolling right here. Here's another one I want to point out. The strength of this defense is their defensive line, and that's for the most part for LSU. They also have a linebacker, Perkins, number 7. They've moved him around the past couple years, dealt with some injuries. He's a dude. All right, so we got to pay attention to him. But take a look at my big boy right here. He gets double teamed coming off the line of scrimmage, anchors down. He's able to shed one block, spin move off of it, and then make the tackle just short of the first down. That's big time right there. So it's going to be a big task for us to stay on our blocks. You say, I'm hungry. I'm eating. That's a big dude down there at LSU. All right, let's get to another spot right here I want to bring up. Now, I pointed out 13, okay? So open space, one-on-one, we can take advantage of this guy. You tell me if this is that same aggressive guy you saw in the first play of the game. I think as the game went on, people started popping pads. Everybody who's real loud in that first drive, they sometimes tend to quiet down a little bit. Look at this attempt at a tackle right here. That ain't it. I mean, that's as bad as it gets. That's when in practice and they say, hey, just get two hands on him, get two hands on him. That's exactly what we got going on here, and it pops up on tape more than just this one play. So I would have my eye on 13. Does he like contact or not? I don't think so. Here's another clip right here of what's going to be important for us. Once again, bringing pressure. Mike Washington, Braylon Russell, you're going to have a full plate today. You can see right now what we put on tape. What happens when they bring linebackers up in the A gap? One's going to come, one's not. We have to sort it out. They're in the right spot, but running backs, they have to stay on these blocks. Be ready for that swim move. These guys are fast, they're athletic, they're physical. That's going to be a big key for us moving forward. Now, when you get those guys outside the box, especially this linebacker, we got opportunity. I like Rohan Jones in this situation right here. He has shown enough. He's good in space. He's strong. He's fast. He's athletic, physical, got good hands. I would love to see Coach Petrino try to put him on one-on-one matchups by extending him away from the line of scrimmage. I think for us to get him the ball up until this point, it's been a little too gimmicky, like sneaking him behind the line of scrimmage or letting him come out of the backfield from the fullback position trying to get lost. It's time to see him go do some one-on-one stuff, and I think this is the week that we get it. We got a nice little double move by the tight end, and I'm telling you right now, that tight end's good, but a little slow right there coming out of that break. And that just lets you know 42 is probably not the best in man-to-man coverage. I'm not sure why he's biting on that out route that hard anyway, but he is. So we've seen it on tape. I would love to see Rohan Jones get involved in that way. And let's go ahead and wrap this up. Another look at 13. Like I said, I think if we can isolate this guy, he doesn't want the contact. It just depends on the situation. Should be an easy tackle right here. Just poor technique. Just looks like he doesn't want it to me. So what I've seen on tape, guys, let's look at this guy one more time. All right, Grant, you as looking at this on tape, that's going to be a dude, man.
That's nightmare fuel.
That's going to be a dude right there. So I'm excited to see what they bring to the table. I'm going to go ahead and bring Matt back in because he only has a little bit more time with us. So those are things I think we can take advantage of, but I also want to go around college football right now. And we're going to go and take a look at how some of these things are done. So y'all ready for this? I found some clips, and it's all about being physical. So we're just going to play this. Okay, I almost got nervous there for a second. All right, here we go. We're just going to play this through, and let's just have some fun with this. So, David, go ahead and drop me a beat. Let's go ahead and take a look at how it's done. All right, fellas. So first up, Grant, you're going to like this one. Big fellas being involved, all right? Big fellas being involved. Now, what you going to do with it once you got it, all right? This is big. Boom! Oh, yeah, now, offensive lineman coming in here. O-lineman playing the game the way it's supposed to be played. It's demolished. Big shout-out right there. Once again, let's go to the secondary. Big-time catch, I get it, but you don't give up on the play. You got a heat-seeking missile right here. Comes in here and just lays the wood down the field. But what is my guy looking at right here? Talk about keep your head on a swivel. What are we looking at? Look, bow!
Matt Harris to the ear hole.
Talk about being a hammer, too. I love when safeties come downhill. We get the ball in the middle of the field. He lines them up. What's it going to be? Meet me in the middle of the field. You got to like that from the secondary. And another one right here, a little tunnel screen. Once again, another one, keep your head on a swivel. And this receiver does. Take a look. He sees it coming, but you finish the play the right way. You got to love some physical football right there. So hopefully we get a little bit of that moving forward. I just wanted to go ahead and get everybody's juices flowing before this game gets started. But that old lineman right there.
Oh my
That's
God.
how it's done, right?
Last night we were having a conversation about little David, the man in the chair here, and whether he could take on Grant Cook.
Yeah.
That's what would happen to him if Grant Cook hit him right there.
Yeah. So
hey, man, I'm not
Matt,
gonna lie. I gotta tell you a story really quick.
Yeah, let's hear it.
I never made a tackle when it came to interception.
Yeah.
Because
Oh, no.
the
Did
one
you get
time,
cleaned up?
Oh, the one time I did against Florida at home in 08. Casey Dick threw an interception, and Brandon Spikes hit me so hard the rest of my career to have 4 total years. I'd find somebody to trip over and fall down.
Head on a swivel, huh?
Oh,
man.
All I saw was gold teeth and dreadlocks, man.
Oh, man. Hey, they catch you, and that's when you can do that. They can't do that nowadays.
No,
you can't do it nowadays. Oh, that's some fun one right here. All right, Matt, before I let you go, let's go ahead and talk about the biggest topic of conversation. And before that, big shout-out to, we got some super chats in. Try to get those as much as possible. Joshua R., thank you so much. He says, this year has stank. We get it. But if we beat LSU, Texas, Missouri, it'll be happy man. Let the hate watch begin. You're right. Arkansas has a chance to play spoiler for a lot of teams to the end of the year, and I think, like I said, we have progressively been getting better. That would be a nice thing moving forward. Another one coming in from our guy Chris Caver in the house, member. He's an All-American member. He says, hire Bobby, MF, and Petrino, not now, but right now. You must listen to the show. I say that a lot. I know he can get the job done. Go Hogs, beat LSU today, and BMFP is back to be in front runner for the next head hog. And that will bring us to this next point. As we take a look at the coaches that are being brought up the most, okay? So I want to get y'all's opinions of what you think, and we're going to go one by one and I want to know which one of these coaches move the needle for you. And they could all potentially move the needle for you, but that's just been the topic of conversation. But I was saying this to Chris Caver's point. Rumors. I'm about sick of hearing the rumors, but it is what it is. A lot of people believe that the decision has already been made. If the decision has already been made, then it's hard not to think that it's not Coach Petrino.
Right.
And then I said, if they already pulled the trigger and they're just going through the paperwork, and then Petrino wins 3 games in a row, could you imagine the fan base that wants him to be head coach, how they're going to have to explain that to that fan base? It'll be chaos.
Well, especially if it's not James Franklin or John Gruden.
Yeah. It'll be chaos. It'll be chaos. Yeah. All right, so, Josh, I'll start with you. Let's go through these coaches, and you can go one by one and let me know what you think as far as it moving the needle for you.
Well, I think James Franklin is something that maybe was like our big splash hire, but I actually believe that there was potential there. He's a winner. He's one of the more winningest coaches in college football. But the latest news and kind of what I've been feeling, I just putting my feelers out there on social media is all I really do. I'm going to be honest with you. It doesn't seem like he's really in the conversation. Now, I don't know, because you get people that go on the news and literally tell you that Dan Mullen wants this job.
I don't want to know if you think he's going to be the coach. Does he move the needle for you?
Oh,
if he were the coach.
I think James Franklin is a hire that I would think is worthy of getting the job here at the University of Arkansas. I do. I wouldn't be upset with that. John Gruden, I think is, give him a chance maybe in college football. I haven't seen him win since he was back with like the Tampa Bay Bucks back in the day. But, he's a guy that people want to come play for. He's definitely a guy that's going to get the media behind him. And I think the fan base would get behind John Gruden as well. He'd move the needle for me. He really would. Alex Golesh, no, I'm not too interested in him. I don't think that he's had enough success at the levels that he's at, and he hasn't really played on a big level, SEC or higher level. So I don't want a coach who hasn't done that. And I know that other schools might have hit the nail on the head, but there's a lot of schools who don't. I don't want to take that risk right now. That's why Bobby Petrino does move the needle for me, because I played for him. I've been in the locker room. I've seen how he coaches. I see how he demands excellence. I know what he's capable of doing as a coach. So I believe that will bring a winning program. But to wrap this up, but to also throw one other thing in there, outside of Matt Harris, I talked to another former player who also has brought up issues with their belief that, yes, Bobby Petrino can win. Yes, Bobby Petrino can be the coach that can provide an electric offense, but he has a culture-building problem. And since it's come from multiple different former players, it does make me kind of think, well, look, maybe there's a different opinion out there that I'm not, I'm not seeing, because I didn't have the level of relationship with Bobby Petrino that you guys had, right? Yep. So hearing it from even more guys that are like, look, I think he's a great coach. I think he really coaches football, but him as a leader has been an issue, and it does pose a risk when you've had the history that you've had at Arkansas. You want to move on from it, but man, if something happens and something doesn't go smooth with him as a coach, there's going to be a lot of "I told you so" type people. So it's risky, but right now it seems to be, from a football perspective, might be the best option on the board.
All right, Matt, I'm going to go to you. Who moves the needle for you? I know it's tight on time, so after this, I'm going to let you go. But let's go through these coaches. Let me know your quick thoughts.
You're good. Y'all are good. You know, I think the most obvious, anyone sitting here would say, hey, James Franklin and John Gruden would move the needle the most, especially over Alex Golesh. I'm looking at Jace Munn, shout out on the chat there. Golesh can recruit. I think that is one of the more valuable things that we should be looking for when it comes to this next head coach. It's not only a culture builder. I want a young guy. I want someone, you know, a Rhett Lashley age type guy who's in the NIL era, familiar with the transfer portal. But if you can bring dudes in before NIL, before transfer portal, that's where you win. So if I like a good recruiter. So Alex Golesh, Jace, I'm putting a lot of stock in the fact that he can recruit. I think that's one of the more important things. I remember when Petrino was here, I want to be careful how to say this. There was some recruits that were questioning our culture post Sugar Bowl year, if y'all know what I'm saying. And that was concerning then, much less. And recruiting absolutely does matter with NIL, MW, 100%. You get Houston Nutt sit down to have dinner with you versus a Bobby Petrino. I can just tell you right now, one dinner is going to be more invigorating than the other. I was talking to Josh about this same thing. You know, he didn't have an in-house recruiting visit. Grant, DJ, I assume y'all did. Those guys come and sit down with your mom and your dad, and they have a whole meal with you. That's where you get recruited, is those in-house visits. Everyone wants you, but the coaches, when they get in the living rooms with your mommy and your daddy and they say, hey, this is the best sweet tea I've ever had, it's incredible to see and to witness. So John Gruden, I think, is the name that portal-wise a lot of players would come and jump all over. James Franklin has history winning in this conference. I don't think we put enough pressure or weight to that SEC experience. Alex Golesh is a head coach, but man, it's just a different league here, man. It really is. And Coach Petrino has that experience. I do not dislike Coach Petrino as a potential head coach candidate. I want to put that out there. Y'all get off me. But there are other people that need to be considered. If you don't think that James Franklin could do a good job and Petrino would blow that over the water, you're crazy. Money over relationships, MW, you've never been in a locker room. You're 18, you're 19 years old. The guy that cancels Easter service versus the guy that shows up at 1 p.m. in a suit on Sunday every day, there's a difference. There's a difference. I can tell you right now, there's a difference. I am a huge culture guy. I'm a motivator guy. I'm a 2-star that played like a 4-star. I just know that money and the NIL and the transfer portal, it changed the way the game is played. And if you can't keep these guys, look at Dabo Swinney. Look at Clemson this year. Go get Dabo. Who knows who's going to get got up? But there's good enough guys that would move the needle, that would fire me up, like a John Gruden, James Franklin, as much as or more than a Bobby Petrino.
All right. I like it. Matt, I appreciate you, man. I know you got a busy day. Thanks for hanging out with us.
I love you guys.
Hop back, well, you know, we got our halftime and post game. If you got something going on, man, if you're free, feel free to hop on. All right. So have a good one, Matt. We appreciate
Sure,
you.
you want me on post game? I get kind of fired up. If y'all
it's some of the best stuff. I hope it works out.
Gosh, I need you on
all right,
post-game.
Matt. I appreciate you, man. Have a good one. All right.
Love you, boys.
All right. Love you too. All right, that's Matt Harris hanging out with us. Grant, before I get your 2 cents, big shout out. Another super chat coming in. This is from Joshua R. It says, I don't care if we are 2-7 and 9-0. I want to beat those corn dogs from LSU today. If you don't know the reference, look it up. I'm with you. And we got a big super chat. John Matthews, we had a chance to hang out at his tailgate. $100 coming in. He says, I'm outside the doors. Let me in. John, I told you, Peddler's Pub, for us to make this work, they said, as long as the doors open at 11, all right? I can't sneak you in, John, all right? So just bear with us. You got about 25 minutes before the doors open here at the Peddler's Pub. And as soon as you get in, my friend, first round's on us, all right?
How cool is that, though? We got people showing up.
I know. They got showing up here.
We're bringing weight when you bring us to your restaurant.
Yeah, that's absolutely waiting outside the doors. That's awesome. Appreciate that. All right, let's go ahead and keep it going as far as moving the needle. Grant, 2 cents on this one. Go through these coaches. Let me know what you think.
Yeah, so needle movers for me, I think, are Franklin and John Gruden. Those are the names that carry the most weight, I think. Now, you got to look at James Franklin and you got to look at John Gruden in the same light a little bit. Are they carrying just things that they've done in their past, and that's what you're building everything off of? So James Franklin, I think guy in the chair during the Monday show told you that I can't remember the record. It's not a great record against top 10 teams, like 7 and.
Oh, I got you. It's like 4-21 or something.
4-21
against top 10 teams.
Right now, he's playing Michigan for most of those. He's playing Ohio State for most of those. Now, you get in the SEC, you may be playing one of those every other week.
Yeah.
And so at the end of the day, it's 6-6 because you got 6 teams in the top 10 that you played this year. Is that going to float well against this guy that we thought was going to come in and save this program and that we're paying $10+ million a year?
Right.
That's my concern there. Now, do I think that he has the ability to go win football games? Absolutely. Showed it at Vanderbilt, showed it at Penn State, showed it his whole career. John Gruden, most of these guys probably know him from Barstool more than they know him from Tampa Bay or anything he's done in his coaching career. Now, is he still electric? Is he still the guy that's got juice and still wants to go out there and coach? I think so. And I wouldn't necessarily hate him as a head coach. I think you definitely win the press conference day one with that hire. Now, he's got to go lay the foundation. He's coached mostly in the NFL. College is a little bit different, not as much anymore, maybe easier for an NFL guy these days. There's no free agency, there's no salary cap. But at the end of the day, can he go get it done? Has the game left him behind, or is he trying to bring some old school flair to a game that's a little bit more new age? Coach Golish, I do like Coach Golish, I think, from South Florida. You know, he came from, I think, a high-powered Tennessee offense a couple years ago, went down to South Florida. He's done some things. He's been successful. He is kind of that youthful pick that I think you could get behind, and he could build the program. If he is successful, he could be here a long time. And then you got Coach Petrino. We've beat this horse to death. I mean, at the end of the day, Coach Petrino, we know he can win here. He's done it. But is his track record, is he good for the first 2-3 years and then it starts to slope off? I mean, you've seen that in other places. And so I think that the leadership and the mentality that he brings to a program is something that you can get behind. It's attention to detail. It's getting every little thing right, so the big things just kind of fall into place. And I do like that about him. But there's still some question marks there. I think that if he wins these next 3 games, if the decision isn't already made, like you kind of alluded to, it's going to be hard to look him in the face and tell him I don't think that, you know, you beating LSU, Texas, and Missouri was enough to get the job.
Yeah. All right, I'll keep this thing going, man. Go ahead.
I've got the recipe for success, though. You go get Coach O, and you bring him here as defensive coordinator. That's what you do. And you make him a co-head coach, and you tell Bobby Petrino, you don't have a 10-year runway.
Okay.
So we're going to give you 3 to 5 or something like that. We're going to pay you a little bit less because you're not going to go get a head coach at any other SEC school right now. So you can be a co-head coach with Coach O. We recruit the heck out of LSU. We've got the recruiting factor with him. We pay Coach O $2.5 million for Bobby, and we call it a day.
Just throw it out there, right?
You're giving James Franklin's going to be 6 to 10.
No, I hear you. And so I'll go ahead and let you know who moves the needle for me. And I'll start with James Franklin. I would say when it comes to collectively around the country, when it comes to opening positions, all these jobs that are open, his name pops up on almost all of them. I would say that, except Penn State, obviously. I think he's the only coach who seems to be an extremely coveted coach who just got fired. I think that says a lot about maybe his being fired at Penn State probably wasn't justified. It wasn't to me. So when it comes to moving the needle, yes, this guy has a culture. You look at what he did at Vanderbilt. How can he do in the SEC? He had 2 seasons at Vandy where he went 9-4. How tough is that before the portal day, okay? So the guy can coach. He can build a culture. He can do all that. Now, I will say this, and this will be the knock for all of these guys. It is much tougher to build a culture in today's landscape of college football now that money is involved. So then it comes down to the element, how can you have that Houston Nutt approach? He kind of reminds me of a Houston Nutt, if I'm being honest. How can you convince these guys to maybe take a little less to stick around and help build something great? I think he does have that potential, but the task will be tall here in the SEC. I think a lot of coaches who come over here think, oh, it's going to be a pretty smooth selling for me. I've had great success at other places. Let me come to the SEC and see how I can do. Ask Brian Kelly how that's going, okay? It's just a different monster down here. Not saying that it can't be done, but he does have experience in this league, so he is somebody, in my opinion, can move the needle in the right direction for Arkansas. John Gruden, yes, I think this is a little bit more of a popularity hire. especially for a lot of fans when it comes to overall football, because you put his name with football in almost any conversation. You see the face, you think the toughness, you think a defensive guy who can get all this stuff going, really long play calls. We got to tighten those up if he comes here to Arkansas. My thing with him, when it comes to the only knock I have on him, yes, he knows football. I think he does a great job building relationships, but being in the NFL so long, I think it would smack him in the face when he realizes the stuff he actually has to deal with kids, okay? You can approach, I would say, in the NFL in a very professional manner when dealing with your players on your team, because you're dealing with professionals. You're dealing with guys who are a little bit more mature. You don't have to double check and make sure they're going to class, or double check and make sure they practice hard, or double check and make sure they're reading their playbook. You don't do that in the NFL, because when you have guys that you have to constantly do that with, guys that aren't program-changing talent in the NFL, you just cut them, because you got a whole list of guys who will come in and make sure that they get that job done. I think he would have to deal with that a lot at the college level, and I think that would be something that he's probably not taking into consideration, because he thinks, oh, it's pretty much like the NFL now. I think there's still a big gap in maturity. When you look at Alex Golesh, at the moment he does not move the needle for me, because I know Razorback fans, because I think this guy, for him to be successful here, it'll take some time. People buying into his system. You know, he learned his offense, and he really thrived well when he was the offensive coordinator at Tennessee, and you know how fast they play. He tries to get in as many snaps as possible. I mean, it is fast, 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 run, play option. And with that type of offense, you need a collective group of guys who all know on the same page what exactly is going on. It takes time to do something like that. We talked about how complex it is to learn a Coach Petrino office. Do this times two, and then try to do that with the guys that are coming in and out of the portal every single year. That is a very tall task. Now, he's had success where he is now, but if you go back, I think his biggest knock is, can he adapt to the type of players that he's playing against until Arkansas can build up the roster to have his offense be successful the way that he wants. That takes time. Now, if he goes 4 wins one year, 5 another one, try to sneak out 6 the next, would that be enough for Razorback fans moving forward? I don't think so. And then Coach Petrino, I think the answer is, does he move the needle? He already has. I mean, look what happened since Notre Dame. I think this team has visibly gotten better. Yes, we are still losing games. Outside of that Auburn game, we are struggling. That's the only time we really struggled offensively. But go back to that Auburn game, a game that we were in demand, a very good defense in Auburn, and then you had 3 picks and a fumble all back-to-back in the fourth quarter. I mean, so I think for Petrino's thing is, the only thing that I think we've seen consistently this year that I have a problem with was his offense in the second half. Even before Pittman was fired, we ran into the exact same issues, and it's about, is he getting figured out on the other side of the ball? And so, but even then, I feel like if you're averaging 35, 38 points a game, that'll always give you an opportunity to compete in the SEC. Just got to work on the other side of the ball. So that's my 2 cents. Who the head coach should be, I don't know. I really don't even like getting into those conversations anymore, fellas. All right, we're about to take a break. Before we get into a break, my man Ruggs, he's letting us know what the weather forecast is for today. All right, Ruggs, you know how bad I want you to be a part of this show, man. If there's something we can make work with the place you're at now, let's make it happen, all right? So
and we've got Chad Yo's down at LSU in a motorcade right now, headed to the game. He said if we want to get him involved and voice or call him in,
we can send him a link.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Is that smart? Is that a –
yeah.
We'll talk about it. I know Chad Yo's.
Yeah, tell him, hey.
You got to tighten up.
Simmer down now. Simmer down now, Chad.
Got to tighten up again. Yeah, so sorry once again. A little glitch right there. But I know you can hear me, Ruggs. Thanks so much for letting us know what the forecast is today. Mostly sunny skies, temperature in the 70s. Come on now, what are we talking about? Woo pig. Man, we got a little gremlin in the system. What is that? We'll be right back after this short break.
Looking to rep the Hogs in style? Stop by Be Unlimited, Fayetteville's go-to spot for custom apparel and officially licensed Razorback gear. Need custom shirts for your team, business, or event? Their in-house crew makes it quick, easy, and done right. Shop in-store or online at shop.be-unlimited.com and show your Arkansas pride. Be Unlimited, where passion meets design.
I bet they run the ball right here.
15 seconds
Well, you former Razorbacks think you're so smart, don't you?
What?
Well, if you are so smart, why don't you put your money where your mouth is? Wager on the OAKLAWN Sports app. It's the best in-game wagering available in the state. Maybe use that football brain of yours to bet on this next play. Plus your favorite games. It's that easy. Yes! See? You should have took the bet.
Bet on any game all season long with OAKLAWN Sports, Arkansas's best sports betting app.
You might not know us yet, but around here, we're building something different. Southwest Auto Collection in Arkadelphia is more than just a dealership. With a full service department, on-site body shop, and brands you trust, Ford, Chevrolet, Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, we're built to take care of you long after the sale. And when you keep up your service with us, we'll cover your tires for life. Honest deals, real service, and value that's worth the drive. Southwest Auto Collection. Your road starts here.
At Ortho Arkansas, relief is closer than you think. Our in-house spine procedure center was designed with one goal in mind to make your care as easy and comfortable as possible. From pain-relieving injections to advanced spine procedures, everything is done right here, safely, conveniently, and under the care of our fellowship-trained specialists. Since our procedure center is part of Ortho Arkansas, your physician team, imaging, and follow-up care are all connected, saving you time and eliminating unnecessary steps. You'll be in and out the same day, cared for by a team that knows you, right here where you already trust us with your care. Relief, right here at Ortho Arkansas Spine Institute Procedure Center.
All right, once again, welcome in up here in Northwest Arkansas. I know John Matthews is outside. Stay with us. 13 minutes to the doors open here at the PEDALER'S Pub. Come hang out with us as we watch the game today. And now we got up here in style. All right, we were able to get up here in a nice little 2025 black Jeep Grand Cherokee. So much space. You got to check that out. It's on our social media page. But I also want to tell you about a great deal they got going on with the Hummer EV, the 2025. $20,000 off MSRP. Range on this bad boy, 359 miles. Yes, for an EV. That's right, getting you from point A to point B in style. Always appreciate our friend Southwest Autos to getting us to the game. Go check them out. They're in Arkadelphia, probably with a big time day down there, getting ready for the Battle of the Ravine. But let's go ahead now. Zach can't join us, but it's all good. We're still going to let you know what's on the board at OAKLAWN, a big weekend in college sports. And so we got our phones pulled up. Once again, if you want to be a part of all the action, all you have to do is on your Apple, or if you're one of those Android folks, it's all good. Go download the app, OAKLAWN Sports Betting app, and this is where you can be a part of the fun. People who sign up for the first time, over $1,000 up to bonus bets. For the details on that, they lay it out for you as soon as you sign up for the first time before you place your first bet. But it's a big weekend in college football, fellas. A lot of games with some big-time implications on every single one of them. Oh, my goodness. Before we get cranked up, Dr. Amison is in the house.
Hey.
Appreciate it, Dr. A. We love you. Thank you for helping us graduate college.
For real, though.
For real. Appreciate it. It's because of you while we sit here today.
No doubt.
All right, thank you so much. But let's go ahead and get to it. Grant, you are up first. What game are we talking about, big dog?
We got Texas at Georgia. So this is an interesting one. I think, Texas kind of started out the year maybe a little shaky. But now they're back in the top 10. Georgia, number 5. It looks like Georgia is a 4.5-point favorite. Crazy thing here, Texas leads the overall series 4-3.
Oh, okay.
That's pretty interesting.
Didn't know that.
Now, I think the Dogs probably take care of them today. At minus 4.5, I mean, we're talking about just over a touchdown, or just over a field goal. I think I'm going to take Georgia in this one. At Georgia, Texas has been known to turn the ball over a little bit, and we know that Georgia likes to prey on folks that turn the ball over.
All right, if people want to hop online right now, what action can they get into for this game?
Yeah, so like I said, Georgia minus 4.5, over-under right here at 49.5. So that's an interesting one. Yeah, low scoring. So I think it'll be a little defensive struggle today. If you want to look at a parlay and you want my expert opinion, minus 4.5 over 49.5. I think Georgia takes.
Yeah, I like it. All right, that's not the only game we got going on. You just saw some clips of LSU playing them just last week. Josh, Bama Oklahoma. What we got on tap, baby?
Man, you know Bama's still Bama,
Yep.
boys. It's always going to be that way, at least for the near future. Alabama currently ranked number 4 in the country, 8-1 overall. Oklahoma 7-2 overall. You know what? Here's the thing. Oklahoma has a really good run defense. So for the first time in a long time, I think Alabama might struggle running the ball, but they can still put that ball in the air with Ty Simpson over there at Alabama, completing 67% of his passes, 21 touchdowns. He's still an Alabama quarterback. This is still the Crimson Tide. These boys came to play. They keep coming to play. Again, number 4 in the nation against number 11, Alabama. This is home, right? This is Alabama at home?
Yes.
Home field dominance, Alabama. They're going to take it all the way. I got Alabama in this game.
Okay, Josh is going with Bama. What's OAKLAWN talking about? What looks if people want to hop on?
Man, if you guys want to hop on right now,
see if he's learned how to read these yet. What? Go ahead. Go ahead.
Why you do that to me, man? The pressure is on. Guys, I don't bet a lot, but guess what? If I do, it's on OAKLAWN Sports app. That's where
right.
I'm betting. What am I looking at here? Money line.
Told you.
Yeah.
Oh, man, the money line.
Actually, you know what? Just jump on the OAKLAWN app yourself and take a look at it.
You got Oklahoma at plus 190 in the money line. Let's see here. The point spread, you've got Alabama minus 6.5.
So what's that mean?
Well, it means Alabama's guaranteed to win, baby. Minus 6.5. Come on.
Oh, man, I love it.
It's going to be a close game. That's what they think it's going to be.
I love it. All right. So,
but Alabama by a touchdown.
Well, that would do it. They would cover there.
Yeah.
All right, there we go. See,
you I know
got it all figured out.
I think he just said that. I don't think he knew what he said.
All right, I got the last one. Obviously, it's the game we're talking about, Arkansas versus LSU. Let's get down to it. Arkansas making their way down to Death Valley. That's right, down in the Bayou, playing LSU. Had an actually really impressive game against Alabama defensively last week. So it's going to be a big-time battle when it comes to that. Now, Weeks, linebacker, who's actually splitting time, trying to get healthy back on the field, and also dating Lane Kiffin's daughter. And you also have Garrett Nussmeier having some issues as well, potentially not playing. So look for the backup to head in for this game. Arkansas offensively, you know what they can do. They know how to put up points on the board when moving the right direction and doing what they're supposed to do. However, it's going to be a tall task on the road. Advantage, though, when it comes to hopefully piping down an LSU crowd super early in the morning, 11:45 kickoff. Hopefully we can start fast and get it going early. Arkansas all week long has been at plus 5.5. LSU a 5.5-point favorite on this one. As far as the over or under on this game, let's go ahead and take a look at it. 57.5 points, 57.5. That will be an interesting one just because how impressive that the defense has been for LSU. However, Arkansas defensively have stepped up in a big way as well. But I really do feel something special in the win on this one. So if I were to put together a little same-game parlay for this one, I would take Arkansas in the points. And, I'm going to take the under. I'm going to take the under on this one. I think the defense over there at LSU is just – they're the real deal, even though I really like Coach Petrino, and he always has something dialed up. I didn't even think about it. We're coming off a bye week. Yeah. You know, Coach B coaches them up after a bye week.
It's going to be 25 plays scripted.
I was going to say, here's what I'll say about what you just said. If you're taking Arkansas with the points, not a ton of points.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
If we don't think the over's going to hit, I don't know that you can take Arkansas. I think we're going to have to – if our offense sputters, I really don't know that we – I really don't know whether we
you got an LSU team last week that offensively didn't do anything, and they are still without Garrett Nussmeier.
These are they played Alabama.
Okay, yeah. You're right. They're having injuries up front. A matchup that I am curious to watch is the number 1 player in the state of Arkansas last year that we lost, Carius Kern. He plays left tackle for the Tigers. He's going to be going one-on-one with Quincy Rhodes a lot, okay? That being said, they have injuries else on the offensive line where they got some freshmen playing. Am I talking you into it a little bit?
No, because what you got to think about is this.
Dang.
Look, Van Buren, if Van Buren's playing at quarterback, guys, who came in and beat us at Ole Miss? A backup quarterback.
Yeah.
Who carried our defensive lineman for another 12 yards to seal the deal against Memphis? A backup quarterback.
Yeah.
Who beat us when we played Auburn? A backup quarterback. Mississippi State, who came in the game and gave us trouble?
Yeah.
A backup quarterback. What is Van Buren? A backup quarterback.
A starting quarterback
today.
Today.
That's going to be tough.
Yeah.
That's going to be tough. All right. Is my guy here from the Peddler's Pub on standby? We're about to talk to one of the managers here. And once again, we apologize for the little gremlin in the system. We had an issue with our video board. We dropped it, not going to lie. And so it's been the little input things kind of been going in and out. But bear with us. So, fellas, I'm going to pop this up real quick. And when I do this, if you go find my guy, and I'll sit down with him in a second. But once again, we're here at the Peddler's Pub. Big shout out to them for hosting us as we are setting up this game here today. Once again, really cool spot when it comes to game day environment. We also, when it comes to the food, top notch. They're over there tossing the pies, making some good pizza. And the cool thing about it, too, the management here, second to none. They've done a really good job being our hosts. They've done a really good job giving us everything that we need. And it's not just us, okay? It's everybody that works here. So, once again, big shout out to the Peddler's Pub for making this happen as we get set up for our little game day. Yes, look at that. How big time is that? Setting up a nice little brick oven with the fire going. That's the way that pizza is supposed to be made. So, very excited once again to at the little partnership that we've had with them. Now, we've done post-game here a few times, but this is the first time we've done our pre-game show, and we're doing it early before the doors open. The key and the point of that is to set it up to make sure that people come out here and enjoy the game. So now I am joined by manager here for today, and that is going to be Hunter, who's having a good time with us here in Bentonville. So this is, y'all had a different location, correct? And y'all moved over here. How long ago was that? Uh-oh. Mike, there he is. Try that one more time.
About a year and a half ago.
Nice.
We were right across the street, moved over, almost tripled the size. So we've got a lot more people coming in, but same great vibe. We're offering the same great food.
Yep.
And, yeah.
And I'll talk about that. Talk about what is that vibe here. Obviously, Peddler's Pub means y'all are really catered to the cyclists here. Bentonville, big town when it comes to cycling, being out and about. People are so involved, having such a good time. The community here is awesome. And, you know, going around here, you don't typically see too many sports bars, but y'all have done a really good job incorporating those. So what is the goal here as far as what y'all are going for?
So I think the goal is to keep it a family function, you know, family style. We want everyone to come here. We do have a big bar, much bigger than across the street. We added a lot more TVs. We're playing a lot more sports. Trying to keep that part of the vibe, but at the same time, it's more of a restaurant with a bar.
Yeah.
Not a sports bar that you can order food from.
Yeah.
Definitely incentivize like people riding bicycles. You ride your bike here, you get 10% off your whole order.
That's how that works?
That's how it works.
Should have rode a bike here. What are we doing? Yeah. Next, we'll probably try to do that next week. We'll ride a bike here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Menu, what do we got? Now, obviously, you saw that shot of that nice little brick oven with that pizza. Is that the main thing here?
Definitely the staple of the place is the wood-fired pizzas, for sure.
Yeah.
We just added some nachos.
Okay.
Kind of into the sports bar vibe as
Nice.
well.
Nice.
We got sandwiches. We got wings, of course. Every weekend, those are the top sellers. But pizza is the main thing.
Okay,
definitely.
Yeah, wings too. We haven't tried the wings yet, so that's definitely something we're going to put on the menu. So we've had a couple people send us a message in the chat right now trying to get in. Doors open at 11. What are the normal operating hours?
11 a.m. to 11 p.m. Tuesday through Sunday.
Okay,
every week.
So closed on Mondays.
Closed on Mondays.
Got to rest at some point, right?
We got to.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. Well, thanks for having us here. We're about to get to a quick break. If they want to learn more about Peddler's Pub and, you know, those hours and stuff, you have a website? Is it social media?
We're working on our website right now, but follow us on Facebook and Instagram, the Peddler's Pub, and we'll keep you updated from there.
Okay, and like I said, we'll talk about you all you want, all right? So we want to keep on coming back here. Absolutely love it here up here in Northwest Arkansas. Y'all come on by, hang out with us. Doors open in 1 minute. We'll be watching the game here, kickoff at 11:45. And as you can see behind us, they're going to be up and ready. You can watch the game on multiple TVs. That'll be a fun one. Y'all stick around. More 4th and 5 after the break.
Okay. I got my bet in on the next drive. Y'all?
Yep. Whoever loses picks up the tab.
You know, this OAKLAWN sports betting app is so fun to use, it might actually make watching these games with y'all bearable.
Big talk coming from a fella about to lose this wager.
Just need a field goal here and you'll be cooked, my friend. Remember our friendly wager. And it's good.
Bet on any game all season long with OAKLAWN Sports, Arkansas's best sports betting app.
This is humiliating.
At Ortho, Arkansas, we know that Friday night sports injuries can't always wait until Monday morning. That's why our fellowship-trained sports medicine team opens our Saturday morning sports injury clinic every weekend during football season. With on-site x-rays, on-site MRIs, same-day evaluations, we can get the diagnosis for our athletes immediately so you know you get the right care at the right time. Our goal for our athletes is a safe recovery and a strong return to play. Saturday Sports Clinic, only at Ortho, Arkansas.
Hey y'all, this is Cam here at Southwest Ford in Arkadelphia. We just built our brand new 3 facilities here, our GMC, Dodge, and Ford facilities. If you're coming down the highway on I-30, take exit 78. We'll be a mile and a half down the road. You're gonna look on the right-hand side and you're gonna see our beautiful Chevrolet store. Right past that, you're gonna see our beautiful Dodge store. And at the end, you're gonna see our wonderful Ford store. Our 3 facilities here make it so easy for you to shop here. Whether it's online or in person, we have almost everything you want and need. And if we don't have it, we'll go out and get it for you. If you live somewhere far, north, east, south, or west, we will deliver to you. Free delivery across the whole state. Please come down and come see me at Southwest Auto Ford in Arkadelphia.
Looking to rep the Hogs in style? Stop by Be Unlimited, Fayetteville's go-to spot for custom apparel and officially licensed Razorback gear. Need custom shirts for your team, business, or event? Their in-house crew makes it quick, easy, and done right. Shop in-store or online at shop.be-unlimited.com and show your Arkansas pride. Be Unlimited, where passion meets design.
All right, here we go. We're about to wrap this thing up. Time for some keys to success. The doors are open here at the Peddler's Pub.
Fire's burning.
Fire's burning. I hear people starting to walk in behind us. And speaking of people walking in behind us, look who it is. It is the one and only John Matthews. He's been outside for about an hour waiting to get in. Look, he's got his fourth. Where you at? Yeah, look, he's got his 4th and 5 gear on. Come on, man. What are we talking about, man?
I like that.
Oh, that's awesome, man. Appreciate it. Are you going to stick around, watch the game a little bit? You just drive. You just came by to say what's up. See what I'm talking about, man. The 4th and 5 faithful in the house. So. He said LSU's in more disarray than we are. We're pulling out that dub today, all right? Yeah. Oh, man, you got to love it. That's awesome that he was able to get in. Hey, real quick, we almost left you without your 4th and 5 parlay. What are we thinking? Grant, let's go ahead and knock this out. You got it pulled up for us. Let's piece it together. Now, OAKLAWN's not with us, but they do have people listening. So the way that this will work, as soon as we give you the 4th and 5 parlay, we're going to figure out what the odds are. Then you head to OAKLAWN Sports on the betting app, and you'll see it at the very top of the screen. You just push the 4th and 5 button at the OAKLAWN Sports betting app, and it'll lock in our parlay. Let's get to it. Grant, what's on tap? Sorry.
All right.
You can still hear us. What do we got?
You're good. You're good. So here's what we need to do. All right. So I need y'all to tell me kind of what you think you want. Right.
Yeah.
I know. Anytime touchdown score has been a popular one with us.
Yeah.
So we got Mike Washington minus 155. All
Okay.
right. So they expect him to score a touchdown today.
Okay.
Got Taylor Green plus 102.
Let's go ahead and put in Mike so we keep track. I'll take Mike Washington anytime touchdown score.
All right.
Go ahead and plug it in.
All right. There we go. Got that plugged in. All right, Josh. What are you thinking?
Keep going.
You want player passing, so really it doesn't get a
Player passing.
You want player passing. All right, so really it gets attractive around 250 plus for Taylor Green.
I'll take it.
250 plus.
I'll take Taylor 250 plus.
All right,
I think he breaks the 250 mark. But Petrino's had 2
Did
weeks.
we not just talk about how good this defense was?
Petrino's had 2 weeks.
All right.
Yeah, all right, 2 weeks.
All right,
Okay.
all right. So we're gonna go that's plus 123. So right
Okay,
now we're sitting
yeah.
at plus 270 on the parlay.
All right.
I'm gonna go look at player rushing, and I'm gonna go look at Mike Washington now. Minus 455 for plus 50 yards. I think Mike Wash probably runs for around 60 to 70 yards today.
Okay. So
I'm gonna go on the safe side. It's been a minute since we hit a parlay. Been a minute. So we got a little overzealous a couple of times.
Y'all don't think Petrino can get 250 yards?
Hold on.
All right, I'm going Mike Washington plus 60 plus yards rushing
Okay.
for minus 230 flat. That's a plus 400.
All right,
now,
well-
do you want to throw one in there for Matt?
Well, I was about to say we need one more. We do have guy in the chair over there. Is your mic on?
Let's see what guy in the chair thinks.
Yeah, pull it closer to your mouth. Oh, hell, here we go. All right, there we go.
All right, you want anytime touchdowns? You want player rushing?
Give me anytime touchdown, Braylon Russell.
All right, that's plus 185.
Okay.
I like that.
All right.
That's plus 1,200 odds.
All right, so $10, what will it get you?
$10 bet will get you $130.
I'm putting 10 on that.
Say that again. Oh, yeah, and you can also add the profit boost.
Yeah, that's what I was just about to get to. Razorback Tigers single game parlay 10% profit boost. So if you throw that on there on top of it, you're winning $142 on a $10 bet.
I'll take that.
Okay.
That's the best deal in town.
Yeah.
All right,
That's a guarantee hit.
Let's go ahead and lock that in. We're going to send that over there to our friends. They're watching right now at OAKLAWN, and they're going to create that graphic, give them about 5 to 10 minutes, then head to the app, and then you can bet on that parlay with us, and then we'll blame whoever gets it wrong later. All right.
Probably me. I know.
All right, y'all, let's go ahead and get towards the end of our show. We're going to let you know what the keys to success are for today. Up first, Grant Cook, what you got for us?
Woo. You caught me off guard. I'm over here sending bets to people. Make sure we get them up on a.
You said we got to run to win.
Yeah, run to win, man. I've said that every week.
Yeah.
I have said that every week, but it's so true, man. It is so true. We've got to the ball to win. In the middle of the game, beginning, end of the game, we have got to establish the run to open up the rest of our offense. Now, I hope that Mike Washington runs for 60-plus yards. You just heard me talk about it. But I want Talon involved. I want Braylon involved. I want the offensive line to do their thing. Now, we saw some clips. It's a big – LSU don't play up front.
Yeah.
And so it's going to be tough to get the run game established, but I do think it is something that's extremely important for us to get the offense going today.
Okay, I like it. Only one key to success today, huh? All right. Oh, you only sent in one key?
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, you mad last time we took your key off?
No, I'm not mad about it. That's the only key that matters.
Okay. All right, I like it. I was about to get on him again. Okay,
No.
my bad. All right, Josh.
You didn't read the text message. That's
Okay.
on you. Flag
That's
on DJ.
My bad. I thought it was keys with an S. I didn't know it was key to success. I like it. One key. Let's get it done. Josh, what is your key or keys to success today?
We'll see if the man in the chair got my keys today, and he did. Keys to success, baby. You got to get QB pressure on these guys. And earlier in the week, we were talking about this. I didn't know, is it Nussmeier or is it Van Buren? Sounds like Van Buren's going to be the guy we see today, unless we can shake him up because, hey, he hasn't had a lot of time on the field in the SEC. So who am I counting on to get pressure on him? I need Quincy Rhodes to have a day. I need him to have a day like he's never had a day because we have to get pressure. And guess what? Cam Ball, if you wanted to step up and be the Cam Ball we thought you were going to be in the summer, then today's your day. In Death Valley, in the LSU. I mean, look, you're clogging the hole, but I want to see you get your hands on the quarterback because that's what we have to have, and I think these guys can do it. I wonder if I get a second key today.
Look at that.
I wonder, fourth quarter poise, baby. That's what we know we have to have. Talon Green has showed us he can be electric. He can be a star player. He can make plays that nobody else in college can make. But can you have poise in the fourth quarter? And it's not just on Talon Green. It's on our wide receivers to go up and make a play. Talon's not always going to give you the best ball, but at some point in time, you got to play a little basketball, box a guy out, and go get it.
Go get
Go get the rebound. Go get up in the air and meet the ball where it's at. Running backs. I gotta have a Darren McFadden type of game out of you. You don't have to be Darren McFadden all season long.
Yeah.
You don't have to be Darren McFadden.
Great.
You don't have to be Darren McFadden, but you can have a Darren McFadden type of game, and that's what we need to see out of these guys.
Okay, I like it. All right, fellas, let me go ahead and wrap this up before we bring in Chad Yos, who's on his way down to good old Baton Rouge. Should be there on a little caravan bus. Let me let you know what the keys to success are for today. What I got for you here on tap. You got to win the second half. I kind of talked about this, what I worry about with Coach Petrino, just coming out flat, not winning that second half. I mean, we usually start fairly well, but can we come out of halftime, make the adjustments? And that's the thing, too. It's not necessarily about making so many adjustments. It's about being able to mentally get geared back in and have that same intensity like you did that very first snap of the game. I think sometimes, especially at that Auburn game, got a little comfortable, and then they done snuck back in there and made a ball game out of that. So coming out of the second half on fire, just as physical. Hopefully we start on defense, all right? Another thing, D-line, we need pressure from you big dogs, all right? This will be a great opportunity for y'all once again. LSU dealing with some injuries up front. They got a couple freshmen at the tackle positions. Now it's time to take advantage. Quincy Rhodes has definitely taken it to the next level the past couple weeks. They've done a great job moving him inside, sometimes getting him on one-to-one situations with the guard, but I expect prepare for that and now put him in situations where we just consistently move him around and let him make plays. Can't believe they threw a flag on that play for him playing the game the way that's supposed to be played. So that's my keys to success. Hopefully it's a good one down in Baton Rouge. We can keep this thing going. All right,
you know
y'all.
what makes me mad, DJ? when they throw a flag on a play that should be on the how it's done segment of 4th and 5.
You ain't lying.
Yeah.
The thing about it, you know that offensive lineman play? They threw a flag on that one.
Oh, I know.
But they reviewed it, and it was not targeting. But they instantly thought, oh, big hit, it's got to be targeting. Yeah, we got to let go of that.
Ridiculous, man.
Before we bring Chad in, just because I thought it was cool, can we look at it one more time? Big shout out. Yeah, once again, this is what we're referencing to, how it's done. Once again, Big Boy had an opportunity to make something happen. We need a little bit of this in Baton Rouge.
How juiced is that guy right now? He's like, I'm going to score.
I'm going to score. Wow. The big shout out to the offensive lineman for getting it done, making it happen. Here we go. Wow. Oh, man, how awesome is that?
Yeah,
South Carolina, Texas A&M under the way right now. They are in – where are they at? They are at – what's the home team wear? Dark colors, right?
Good question.
Yeah, they're in College Station. All right, so we'll see what we got going on there. All right, here we go. Once again, we have a up of some from somebody that's traveling to Baton Rouge. Look who it is. Chad Does, welcome to the show. What's going on, big timer? You got your LSU gear on. We want to know, what do you think about today's matchup, man?
Oh, goodness. Let's start. I mean, I love coming to Baton Rouge. It's an awesome place. You know, on this campus, about 180,000 people roll in for the game, but only 102 can go to it. And so it's a big party. And even though LSU's not having a great season, it's still going well. I think today's game is interesting. Do you know that this is the first time in SEC history that two interim coaches are facing each other?
Wow. I'm actually kind of shocked.
Yeah.
That is,
I'm more shocked that he just said we're not having a great season. They're 5-3.
Must be nice.
Well, that's like that, way at 5-4, but that's LSU.
Yeah.
That's LSU. That's not a good season. They fire a coach that they owe millions to because they have a high standard. Chad and I talked about that.
Yeah.
I hear you.
What do you expect?
I'm loving the day. I'm loving the day. I think it's going to be exciting. Look, both teams are going to be frank here, if you don't mind. They're like a caged animal. Both teams are coming out to fight. If you think this is a layover game for either team, it is not. Both these teams are coming out to fight. They're a caged animal saying, I'm going to salvage my season and I have respect for myself. So I expect a total dogfight today. I don't expect anything more than 3 points by either team to win it.
Nice. 102,000 they hold there in Death Valley. How many do you expect is going to show up for this game?
Ooh, that's a rough one, because I just came in with a bunch of friends who said, yeah, we're going to go tailgate, but we're probably not going to go to the game. So I probably expect about 75,000 for the game attendance, but there's still about 180,000 people on campus.
Because they come to party. What do you guys eat down there during the tailgate?
Oh, gosh, there are a lot of whole hogs being cooked right now. I'll send y'all some pictures.
Yeah, that'll be a fun one. So, Chad, thanks for hopping on with us. Kickoff just about 30 minutes away. We'll let you go inside, get settled, have a great time. I'm about to say it is 11:45, and he said only about 70,000 will go into the stadium. That means still all 70,000 will be drunk if they are LSU fans for sure. Chad, man,
let me leave you with this.
Yeah, go ahead.
Let me leave you with this. The key to the game is the MVP.
Who's that?
That's MVB, Michael Van Buren. If LSU walks out with this, it's from Michael Van Buren to MVB.
I like that.
Taylon Green has the highest stat line in all of college football, which I think he bests Ohio State's quarterback. Is that not?
Yeah.
Might be true, yeah.
And so I think if Taylon has a day, Arkansas gets it. If we got an MVB, we get it.
I like it. MVB. Okay.
No, Chad, you're the man. Have a great one, man. We miss you, buddy.
Yeah, check in with us during the game. Send us some text. Give us an update how things look on the inside.
Chad Yo is always
Chad.
having a good time. Once again, we're about to go ahead and shut this down. Don't forget halftime. We're going to have a nice little update for you real quick. We're going to pop on in. We got the post-game show as well, okay? So big shout-out to, once again, Pedaler's Pub for making this happen. We're getting ready to watch the game, order some more pizza, get some more food. Check out these wings. It's going to be a big one. And everybody that's been in the chat, thanks for the supers. Thanks for the conversation. Thanks for everything. Y'all stay with us. So hopefully we have something good to talk about in our post-game show. Once again, here at the Pedaler's Pub, Thank y'all so much for watching 4th and 5.